Yo, let's talk about World at War. Let's talk about World at War, one of my favorite Call of Duty games that I'm proud to still see is going on a PC still to this day. And shout out to all the players. We got some of these questions. We get some of these questions from time to time. So let's ask, why is it this and why is it that going on and all this type of stuff. So let's answer some of those questions. One of the questions we often get is about voice chat, which I know some of the veterans here, they already know, so why don't you have voice chat? Well, why can't we do voice chat? Because I know some of you all probably come over here from console as well, and you're used to it. The reason why a lot of servers don't do voice chat is because voice chat can get very wild when you're on the PC, especially on servers with more than 12 players. It can get real crazy. This isn't Xbox Live or anything like that, so it's gonna be kind of difficult to deal with. Now, we have actually done voice chat a few times. We've attempted it a few times, and each time we eventually had to turn it off. So that is not going to work. You just got some players that want to be who they want to be. They just want to, get crazy with it. Now, they've done many things with the microphone, and I'm not going to get into all that here, but yeah, that kind of ruins the game for a lot of people. So that's the reason why most servers don't have voice chat, and that's also the reason why we had to turn ours off eventually and just leave it like that forever. And we couldn't keep dealing with that. Another one, which is, I guess it used to be real controversial in the past, and I understand everybody wants to play with their favorite weapons and stuff. And I'm with you on that. I want people to use everything that they want to use, they want to play with, whatever they enjoy playing. However, when it comes to the grenade launchers, that goes by various names also. So with that, early on in the beginning, we had the grenade launchers popping off. But as the server got more and more full of players, it got really ridiculous. It just turned into a grenade launcher fest. I remember one time, one of our guys, he got so angry that he said something out loud, and he had to remember, like, oh, no, that's not good. But it got him that angry, and then he was like, no, you're okay, But eventually we tried it. We tried so much to keep grenade launchers in the game that what we did was we said, okay, on small maps, no grenade launchers on small maps. Like, that's really gonna work. Because everybody they're not gonna follow that. Newcomers, they come in, they're not gonna really know. So once it came down to that, we tried. We just tried our best to keep it. Even if it didn't make any sense to go through that much work, we tried to keep it. So eventually we said, no, we can't do this. This is just too much. This is kind of OP. And, you got like 40 some players on some of the smallest maps in the game, like Dome. That's a whole nother thing too. So yeah, eventually on a lot of the other smaller maps, it got too out of hand, and you already have, which I know some of you all complain about as well, just grenades alone, Martyrdom. And Martyrdom was a very big issue as well. There was one time when the game was like really active in its early life where people could vote on what they wanted to see and not. We wouldn't try to restrict people that well, but if you participated in the vote, so many people complained about it over some of the early years that we took a vote and the majority of people wanted to eliminate martyrdom, and that is what we did. But over time, the population shrunk. It still was a good little population, but the population shrunk across the game of World at War. And people can say what they want to say as far as Call of Duty, but Call of Duty attracts many different type of players, just to say that. So, unfortunately, everybody can't be the people who wants to play without martyrdom, if you know what I mean. So with that, it got re-enabled, but we really try best not to be restrictive when it comes to people's weapons, people's play styles, and different things like that. So it's very, very difficult. But we even had a member we had a member go off and started playing Battlefield due to the re-enabling of the Martyrdom. So that's that. And along with something like voting. So people ask about voting as well. Voting is one of those things where it can get out of hand. It can really, with everybody trying to do something and change something every 5 minutes, or if their team is losing, they want to vote a new map. And while you're in the middle of playing, you may not even see it on the screen. You could be in the middle of playing and people want to change the map over, and now you're playing a different, you just cut off in the middle of your gameplay where you were doing so well. You was enjoying the game, and now you're on another map, and that's going to tee a lot of people off. And I definitely understand that. So you don't want situations like that, or situations where people, they want to get mad and they want to haul off and just ban you because you're doing good or whatever. Or they want to kick you from the server and have you temporarily kicked for a certain period of time for doing well. And this is the reason why voting by default isn't enabled. Now, the VIPs, they can still vote. You all can still vote. So there's that. Responsible people and people that contribute can still vote. That's just to keep a lot of the chaos down. Try to keep a bit of balance, but still, if you want to do some things, or if most of the server they agree to want to do something, then you could probably get something that way. So that's the thing with voting. Voting, it can be pretty terrible, and I definitely am a victim of the voting. I remember playing Call of Duty 4 and starting out heavy on the map Wet Work. Started out heavy. I infiltrated the enemy base and I saw a lot of snipers. People know what I'm talking about. All the areas where people go sniping and sitting in the windows and all that. And I was shooting them, taking them out from behind. I had some people that end up spotting me, chasing me around, so I shot them up. And then I seen a whole bunch of snipers in a row. I crouched down to get them all in order, and I started shooting, and one of them ended up shooting me. I don't know how he noticed I was there. Since he was in his scope, I don't get it. But anyway, and once the airstrikes started coming down, because I did let go of the airstrikes right before I started shooting them, just so I can get the whole 7 kill streak and continuous streak. But he killed me. And once I died, it didn't matter, because I I let off the airstrike in their base, which got me to the top of the scoreboard in no time. So I was like 15-1. And I guess the next person was like, they probably had like 3 kills. There was a vote. I actually didn't know it totally. It was a vote popped up on the screen, and it was saying vote kick me. And I'm just still into the game. I'm still just killing and everything like that. And then I looked to the side, and I just happened to look to the side off at a glance, and I saw my name. It was a vote, and my name was voted to be kicked. Like, why am I getting kicked? And it was too late for me to respond or do anything. And the majority of people in the server, which was, an open server, they voted me out. They vote kicked me out, and they ruined my, what was going to be a very massive score early on in the game, because I had more coming with that, but that's what happened. So voting is one of those things that you might want to, that can get a little dangerous. And then there's the topic of game modes. This is one, y'all, I love game modes. I love game modes. And for those that know me, they know my favorite game mode is the war game mode. It's one of the best created in Call of Duty, I would say. So I can't speak out for the newer Call of Duty, so I'm just speaking out on World at War. And war mode is definitely epic. But I think war mode didn't get it just didn't really get tested and finished in time and patched up or whatever it needed to be before the game got released. And even through various patches, that was something that I guess Treyarch didn't look back at and even try to fix up. So unfortunately, we got kind of a limited war mode, so to speak. But yeah, I love mini game modes. You're talking about domination and capture the flag, and even headquarters, aka King of the Hill for the old school. That's something we've always wanted to do, but we know the environment. We know like what it is. I remember some years ago when we had multiple game modes, a lot of people couldn't find our server in the list because they had their server set to team deathmatch only. And so a lot of times when there was game modes, we would have low player counts because people didn't see us. That's when Call of Duty World at War was more active than it is today. Much more active, you know, like the normal. But yeah, that's something that you can't really, no matter how much we love it. I know a lot of you all love it out there. We love it too, but no matter how much we like game modes, it's not something that we can put a bunch of going in a rotation like that, because a lot of players will check out. There's a lot of players that don't agree with a lot of the modes. Some of them just want TDM 100%. Even if, you know, if some of us find it like, yes, it'll be good for a change, you know, this and that. That's really what all they look for mostly. So that's how it is. It's like you have to give what the majority want. You can still work some things in there. You just can't go too heavy. You know, you can't have every couple of TDMs there's a game mode and flop back and forth like that, because it's like, I think it's over 20 maps. I'm not sure. I had to go check that out, but I think so. So yeah, that would just, that wouldn't look too good. And that would eventually put a strain on those players that only come for the simple TDM life. So we gotta make sure they fit into the picture too. Everybody fit into the picture. So that's what it is. People will play some game modes, of course, so that's why we got a few of them in there, but we can't just obliterate the list with game modes and that type of thing. No matter how much we love them, no matter how fun they are, that's something we gotta look at the whole picture. So that's how we roll with that, with game modes. I think that's the bulk of like the main questions we get the most when you're talking about Call of Duty World at War, and in our servers at least. I know I spoke for some servers in general, but particularly ours. And yeah, if you all got any more questions about World at War, shoot them at us, you know, hit us up on Discomfort, that tool, or yeah, you can find us over there, or you can leave a comment below. And so however it goes, we'll see what you all got, what you all think. You know, we want to know, we want to hear from you all. We always want to hear from you all since the beginning when we came with our server in 2010, which I'll probably tell that story someday too, of how we as players, like you all of you all are players, we were players, and we was kind of forced to, I won't say forced, I'll take that back, but yeah, we end up having to get a server, something that we thought we would never do. but you know, we here, and we've been here for unbelievable years, since 2010. So that is a long time, and a lot of the players from back then to now salute. And shout out to the new players as well, and the players from consoles. We welcome you. Glad to have you here. Still rocking with us with World at War all the way to now. Yeah, so that's it. This is the PDG, and as always, we want you all to stay gaming and having fun and enjoying yourselves. We'll holla at y'all later though. Peace out. Holla.
Viewers, don't forget to like this video, comment on it below, share it with others, and most of all, subscribe. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.
It's too big.
To neutralize hostile furball.
Hang in there, folks! I'm coming! Seekerpete's flight stabilizer should be on its back. If I can get up there and hit it, I can bring the whole thing down. Gotta hit the flight stabilizer. There's the flight stabilizer.
stabilizer. How delightful!
What? No, you're not getting away from me.